Yo, what's up guys, Kenan here. Sunday afternoon, isn't there any better time for some endurance miles on my turbo trainer? It's a great time for me. I'm super excited to do my training session, and before I do that, I'd like to make some 2 episodes on training on turbo trainer for you. The first one is how to prepare the space and what do you really want to have when you are riding on a turbo trainer, because you want to do it like regularly, you want to stick to your schedule, or if it's a bad weather, you don't want to say, oh, let's just, it's a rainy day, let's just skip the training session. No, you want to do that, and in order to be really consistent in this, you have to be prepared for your training on the turbo trainer. So what do we really need for this? Of course, the first thing is the bike and the turbo trainer. As you may know already, I'm using my Tacx Bushido 1980, which I like pretty much, not so much with TTS, this software, training software, but this is prepared now. A lot of sweat. So we have to have any cover, any mat on your floor, because the sweat, when it goes to the floor, it's super abrasive. It can destroy everything, and it is really smelly after some days of just being on your carpet or floor or anything. So that's the Tacx mat I'm using. It's very good. It works also well in terms of minimizing the noise of your turbo trainer, or some vibration as well. So that's super awesome stuff. But if you can't afford like mat, it costs like maybe, I don't know, $40 or something. You just put anything that will really soak up all the sweat that goes down, that really is pouring down on the floor. So that's one thing. Another thing is to protect your bike of the sweat. And I'm using just little towels. Those little towels, these can take up a lot of water, a lot of sweat. I'm using them just, for myself, for my face, for my arms, but also I'm putting one here on the stem. Now you can of course buy the original cover for your bike. It will be okay, and I'm thinking to buy one, but it will be not enough. Why? Because the cover that you can buy, you will just assemble to your seat post and then to the handlebar, so it's like a triangle here. But when I'm standing on the pedals and then I'm sweating a lot of the sweat goes just down to my front hub, my tire, and once again the floor. So the towel that I'm using, just like that, is just enough, because it's actually my forehead that's giving me so much sweat down the bike and the floor. So it's just enough. You have to protect your stem, your headset, because once I did on my Kennel Killer, I was just training like 3 or 4 hours on the turbo trainer. It's a lot of time not covering the headset, and the next day I couldn't really turn my handlebar. So it was just one night, and what the sweat did with the bearings was just awful. So you always want to protect your bike, and that's it. Now, other things that you need for sure is, even for short training session, you need water, and you need a lot of water. So I'm going to be cycling today for 1.5 hours, which is the equivalent of 2 hours outdoors around, roughly. Training session on turbo trainer is heavier than outdoors. So I have here like this is like 1 liter, and this is 1.7. I think I'm gonna use like what's left here, 1 liter, and maybe half of the other one. So that's what I'm using for 1.5 hour I'm gonna burn those 2 bananas. Of course, I ate well, like maybe 2 hours ago. I didn't have any pre-workout snack because this will be low intensity training session. All right, I'm using this for short training session, short high intensity training session, because it really avoids the sweat simply pouring down to my face, to my ears, and to the floor. So this is really helpful for short high intensity training session. It's just not enough for long training session, so I'm not gonna be using this just now. And the gloves, yes, I am cycling indoors in the gloves. They stop a lot of sweat, thus helping me keep my bar tape cleaner, much cleaner. Make sure these are not your like favorite racing gloves, because you're gonna be washing them after each training session on Turbo Trainer. So this everything, 2 towels, gloves, all I have on myself right now goes to washing machine after the training session. Another thing is, of course, cold air. I have open window here, and I did open the window like maybe 15 minutes before I came here, so that it will be really cold here. That's why I'm starting in some additional clothing. I'm gonna just take this off after 5 minutes of cycling on Turbo Trainer, and then perhaps also I'm gonna take off my my jersey. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I always begin with something just warmer, just to feel very warm and nice when I'm starting. Another thing is headset for my phone. When you guys are calling, asking me about different stuff on eBay I have or anything, I'm using it sometimes. And the computer I'm using for, of course, my training software, Tacx training software, for music, for anything that will just help me to endure any training session here. That's basically it. On another episode, I'm gonna show you how to set up your Turbo Trainer, whatever Turbo Trainer it would be, so that the ride will be more realistic, and we can also improve our pedaling technique. If you've got any further questions, put them below in the comment section. As you can see, there was a bit of the rain today. Now it seemed to be sunny, but just maybe for 15 minutes, so I decided to stay here and do some nice endurance ride. See you soon, bye bye.